process also. They have to possess the excrete process. What is the excrete process? The meaning of the excrete is to reject the unwanted element of our body. Yes, the waste of the body we should release. This process is called the that means excrete. The process of eliminating waste from the body is called excretion. Excretion. So you know that which body organs are associated with the excretion. I think all of you know. For the human beings, the kidney is associated, isn't it? Kidney, do you remember about it? Actually, the urine, all of we are excreting in the form of urine or sweat. Yes, these are the excretion. So first thing, next you have to know about the plants also. So how the plants are eliminating or rejecting their body waste? How it is possible? In the form of resin and gums. Yes, they are simply secreting these kind of objects. The resin, it may be gums, is it? And sometimes you have seen that the shading of the plants is happening. Yes, shading means the falling of the leaves. Is it the falling of the leaves? That one is called what? The shading. So shading is also one kind of excretion process. Is it? So in this way, so all the living things, they are excreting. So don't think that they are not excreting. So if you will consider the carbon dioxide also, that one is also one kind of excretion, because that one is not necessary for our body, is it? So that's why the excretion is also involving the releasing of the carbon dioxide. That the uric acid, the human being, how that or the animals, actually most of the animals, they are taking place, they are conducting the excretion process. How? By releasing the ammonia or urea or uric acid or carbon dioxide and certain salts they are also releasing. So sweat is also one kind of excretory object, and the excreted object, carbon dioxide excreted object, this urine is excreted object. So these are the excretory process. So all of the living things, they have to show the excrete, that means the excretion, otherwise they won't be considered as living things. Is it? Next, the living things need to move. Is it? Living things, they need to move also. The first question should be in your mind that no, the trees are not able to move from one place to another place. Is it? No, they are not able to move from one place to another place. It's okay. But actually they are fixed in a single place with the help of their roots. Is it? So that's why they are not able to move. But if you will observe that one tree, its growth is happening with the help of growth, the different leaves, they are moving from one place to another place. Is it? So these are the thing for the plants. And living organism, they cannot move as their roots. Yes, the plants are living organism. I have told you that they cannot move as their roots are fixed firmly into the soil. Firmly means very strong. Is it? Very strongly inside the soil. So they require a lot of strength in their cell wall. It is strong and provides support to the plants during bad condition, adverse condition. Is it? So which condition? Adverse condition means in the time of strong wind, the rainfall. Is it? So on that time they are sustaining. How it is possible? Because their root is very strong. Which one holds the soil very strongly? Is it? That's why it can sustain that situation also. Is it? So if we will be outside during the time of storm, is it possible for you to stay in the one place? It's not possible. It is not. but for them it is possible because the roots are catched by the soils. Yes, the bonding of the root and the that means cell wall and the soil is very strong. That is the main thing. They can sustain like that. Plants exhibit movement being at the same place. Yes, they are being at the same place, it's okay, but they are moving because they are growing. That one is also one kind of movement. And the stems bends towards sunlight. It happens. If you will see, if you will put one pot, yes, and pot, that one also should one plant should be there. So if you will put it inside your room and in very near to the window, that time after few days you will observe that the plants, it is moving towards the, that means it bends. Moving does not mean it is crawling, is it? So it will bend towards the window because from the window the light is coming, sunlight is coming, that is the reason. So they are moving also. So during, and one type is movement, that one is one type of movement. In some plants, leaves drop during night time and open during daytime. Yes, it also happens that there are some plants whose leaves are open and closed. Yes, it happens. That means in the time of day it close, it open. That means if you will see the touch me not plant, touch me not plant, if you will see, it's all the leaves become close. Yes, and in the time, at the time of night they become close, and at the time of daytime they simply open themselves. So these are the one kind of movement definitely. And the thing is there, animals can move from one place to another place. You know that to order to escape from adverse climate condition, yes, the human being not only to go away from the adverse condition, they are moving from different purpose to collect their food, sometimes we are moving from here to there. Is it so? Human beings, that one is the another story, because whatever we need, whatever we wish, we can do, but the animals, they are not doing. Generally they are not roaming here and there just like us, but sometimes they are also roaming, is it? So these all about the move. They have to move from one place to the another place. Next I would like to tell you about the response to stimuli. Stimuli means whenever you are giving any kind of excitation, yes, you are stimulating it, is it? So if anyone will bait you, would you cry? I think you should cry. You would cry, I know. So that one is a one kind of excitation, is it? So you are responding, is it? Stimuli means you are responding, so that it should give the response. So stimulus is the change in the immediate environment of a living organism. Every living things respond in some way or the other to stimuli. Yes, because with a human being we are able to cry, we are able to laugh, we are able to say whatever we need. But for the case of the plants, they are not able to say anything, is it? So for them another story, just like they have to respond anyhow. If you will see that if you will tear one leaf, on that time you will observe that it is that some flow is, something is flowing. Flowing means just like if in our body some cracks are there, if the skin cut, on that time you can observe that the blood came, is it? So that one is the one kind of response, is it? The blood was flowing, it cut, the skin cut suddenly, so that's how blood is flowing, and as a result of it you would burn also and you may cry. And for the case of plants, if you will keep one leaf, if you put off one leaf, then what will happen? You can see that some very just like oily liquid like secretion you will found, is it? So for them also same thing is happening, some fluids is coming out, so that one is also happening for them. So that one is one kind of stimulus, is it? So that one is stimulus. So if you will see the touch me not plant also, if you will touch it, Is it? If you touch it simply, it will close its all the leaves. Yes, very interesting. Touch me not leaves. If you will touch on that time, it will respond to you. It will simply close its the leaves. All the leaves it will close, and it, after some time automatically it will open. So this one is also one kind of stimulation. Is it? They are responding stimuli. And one more thing, some animals like cockroach respond to the environmental stimuli like light. Yes, if you will see the cockroach, what they doing actually in that one is one kind of insect, all of you know. So in the time of night they are coming out. If you will see them, search them in the time of daytime, so on that time they won't come generally, is it? So if you will open all the things wherever they are staying, that means it's okay, on that time they would come. But in the time of night generally they are coming out, is it? So what is the reason behind it? Because they are giving the stimulation against the what, the light, is it? So now have a look here. If you will see the movement, is it? So here the children are, few of them are running, few of them are walking. If you will see the fish, it is also swimming, is it? And see here birds, they are flying, and this fellow, he is jumping, is it? And what about this turtle? It is crawling, is it? So crawl is also one kind of moving, it is crawling. So one place to one another place, it is crawling. And next, the this one is also, that one is the sunflower tree. Whenever you will see the sunflower, so the flower always should face towards the sun. Suppose here the sun is there, suppose this one is the sun, is it? And the flower should be, the open face of the flower should be towards the sun. It happens, this one is also one kind of stimuli, that means stimulation, is it? So next we will talk about the reproduce. Yes, reproduce. That one is also one important characteristics for the living things. So reproduce means something need to be produced, is it? So all living things reproduce. Some animals lay eggs. Yes, if you will see the chicken, they lay eggs. Some animals also they lay eggs, just like the crocodile, the turtle, the lizard, is it? The bird, they are laying the eggs. And while other reproduce by giving birth, just like the human, is it? Just like the goat, if you will see the cat, the dog, all of they are the giving birth, is it, to young ones. Plants produce seeds that can germinate into new plants. Some plants do not produce seeds but give rise to new plants in different ways. So plants, how are they giving? They are producing the new plant by the seed. Most of the cases with the help of the seed. And sometimes in the another process they are following. Which process? If you will cut one branch of the rose tree on that time, and if you will put it inside the soil, and if you will watering it for few days, on that time you can see that one new plant will grow, is it? So that one is also one kind of process. So there are different kind of process for the reproduction of the animals as well as the plants. So you have seen that. Now see here, for the case of human being, the small child born, is it? It is not small child? Yes, the small child born, all of you are able to see. What about the chicken, the hen, is it? But that means the hen, what are they doing? Hens, they are laying the egg, is it? They are laying the egg. In this way they are producing themselves. That is small hen they are producing, is it? So these are the different things. And last we will talk about the die. Who will be born? Definitely they have to die. All the living things, they have to die, otherwise the life circle won't be complete. That one is the main reason. So all living things must die one day or the other. As an organism grows, it undergoes many changes. That means growth, different kind of growth should be there. It should travel from sometimes the very rapid growth, sometimes medium growth, sometimes very slow growth. So whatever may be the growth during the lifetime, so after a certain time they have to die, and finally, yes, because of the aging maybe, so whatever may be the reason, but they have to die, otherwise it won't be considered as the living things. So up to which we have learned about these all the characteristics of a living things. If among these all things, any one of the characteristics is not present to any one of the things, that means you have to consider it is not the living things, is it? Now I want to ask you one question, whether the earthworm, are they living or not? Are you able to think? They are living thing. Yes, they are living thing, because all the characteristics they also have. That's why they are the living thing. Is it? Now I want to say you one thing, that is the life process they also have. If I will ask you one thing, that the car, all of you know about the car. So what the car is, which car they have. So what about a car? It moves, it eats petrol. Moves means car is moving from one place to another place, isn't it? Next, it eats petrol, is it? Eats means whatever we are getting energy, from whatever we are getting energy, that one is the food. So for it, the food is what? The petrol. It breathes air, we are inhaling air, releasing air. So it is also inhaling and releasing air. So that one is also, actually it is not inhaling, so it is releasing air. So breathes air. Is it living or non-living thing? What do you think? Is it living? I don't think so. Actually it is a non-living thing, because these all the things, all the criteria one car is not able to show us. That is the main reason. Is it clear? So we have seen these all the characteristics. Now we will learn about the further classification of the living things. Is it so? The further classification means the different scientists, they are considering this classification, that means depend on the which thing, the hierarchical categories. Is it? Depending on the hierarchical categories, they divide in their kingdom into the phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. We will learn about them one by one, because any one of the living things, definitely they should fall into the different categories, any one of them. So first I want to say you about the bacteria. Bacteria, what are they? Actually they are single-celled microorganisms that don't have a nuclear membrane. Yes, nuclear membrane, all of you know that inside the cell, the nucleus is there, it doesn't has the nuclear membrane. One membrane, generally it should be there, but which one is not present. So they are the single celled, that means one cell should be present, and microorganisms. Yes, so they are very small in size. Next, the protozoans. Protozoans are also single-celled organisms that are generally much larger than bacteria. They may be autotrophic or heterotrophic. So their size are bigger with respect to what? With respect to the bacteria, they are able to produce their food, maybe or may not be. That means they may be phototropic, or they may be, that means heterotropic, autotropic or heterotropic, any kind of they may be. That means autotropic means they are able to produce their food, and heterotropic means they are dependent on the plants or any other. Next thing, chromocyst. Chromocyst, what are they? They are a diverse group of plant-like organisms and range from very small to very large. Is it? So they are also that organisms and diverse group, not a single. Is it? They are one very large group. They are being present, and it may be very small. The size may be very small or may be very large. They are found in almost all environment. They are being observed. They can sustain in all kind of environment. So they are considered as what thing? They are the chromocyst. Is it? Next, the fungi. All of you know about the fungi. Fungi are multicellular and rely on breaking down organic material as they are not able to make their own food. They are not able to produce their own food. Is it clear? That means they are heterotrophic. Is it? So fungi and multicellular organism actually there, and they rely on breaking down organism material. I have told you organic material. So they are burning actually to any one of the dead animals like this. It may be dead animal or any garbage like that. They are extracting their nutrition from there. Is it? They are not able to produce their food. And the next thing, plants. Plants are multicellular and autotrophic. They use photosynthesis to produce food using sunlight. Already I have told you about the plants. They are able to produce the food. That's why they are autotrophic. And what is the name of the process? That one is the photosynthesis. The production of the process in which the plants are producing the food in the presence of water and the carbon dioxide and sunlight and the chlorophyll in the chloroplast. Inside the chloroplast, that process is considered as photosynthesis. Is it? And the animals are multicellular. They are heterotrophic and rely on other organisms for food because they don't have any other option. They have to rely definitely. They are not able to produce food. So they are depending to any other animals or the plants. Is it? So these are the different classification of the living organisms. Now we will learn about the dependence of the plants and animals on each other. Is it? So how they are depending with each other, we will learn now. First thing, I have told you one thing, that plants are helping us in different way. Is it? They are providing us oxygen, they are providing us the food, they are giving us the shelter. Is it? Whenever the different kind of animals, they are taking the plants, that the very big trees are the home of them. Yes, if you will see the bird, the nest of the bird, generally they form where? In different branch of the plant or tree, not plant the small plant, the tree, very big tree. Is it? So it happens. So the squirrels, so where are they staying? They are staying on the plants. Is it? On the tree. So they are giving us our food. All the animals, all the humans, they are getting food from whom? To the plants. And the thing, they are giving us the oxygen. They are regulating the amount of oxygen present in the atmosphere. They are releasing oxygen. They are inhaling the carbon dioxide. That one is a very good thing for us. In this way, the atmosphere's different contents are remaining same. And one more thing, they are giving us different kind of furnitures. They are giving us different thing, that means just like the fuel they are giving also. So these things we are getting from the plants. It's okay, but now you can ask me that what the humans are doing for the plants. Yes, the humans are also doing lots of things for the plants. Just like if you will see, the plants are also depend on us, or the it may be any animals, it may be the human on the earth, and the animals for nutrients, for the pollination, for the and seed dispersal. This one who are doing, we are only doing the different, not only the human being, the different butterflies, the different birds, what are they doing? They are doing the pollination of the plants. How it is possible? Whenever they are sucking the any kind of extract of the flower, it may be the honey or it may be the other kind of extract. So these, while sucking the honey, what are they doing? They have to sit on the flower, is it? So whenever they are sitting in one flower and afterwards when it is moving to the another flower, on that time the pollination is taking place. And sometimes the birds, what they are doing, they are eating the fruit, is it? And inside the fruit, what the seeds are there, that one the birds are spreading to the another place. Yes, in this way the new plant will be grown there. So that one is also one kind of help. The nutrients, they are also depending, we are watering them. Yes, these all the things are happening there. And the thing is that the plants which, if you will see the herbivorous, all of you know about the herbivorous, the omnivorous, the carnivorous, these all the things you know, I think. So what the herbivorous are doing, they are depending on only the plants, because they are eating only the plants. The animals that feeds on plants only, just like deer, the goat, they are, what they are doing, they are eating the food only the which the plants. Yes. Next, the herbivorous, they becomes the food, they become food of whom? The omnivorous or the carnivorous. Yes, omnivorous means who are eating the variety of food, both plants and animals origin. And what about the carnivorous? Animal that feeds on other animals. So the example of omnivorous is what? Just like you can see, say the human being also, because we are eating the vegetables side by side, we are eating the different animals just like the chicken, is it? So you can say this one. And the carnivorous who are only eating the different animals just like the lion, tiger, is it? So these all about the different process of the independency. And one more thing the humans are doing for the plants, we are giving the oxygen, carbon dioxide for them. We are inhaling oxygen, it's okay, but we are giving the what? We are giving the carbon dioxide. That one they are inhaling and they are producing which thing? They are producing the food. That one helps them a lot. So these are the just interrelated process. Both of we are depending on each other. They depend on us, we depend on them. So this one is the very important relation in the nature. So now it's time to record about the lesson. So first thing I would like to say you that living things, whatever living things are there surrounding you, they should possess these characteristics. Just like they require food, they should require food, they have to exhibit growth, they have to perform respiration, they have to excrete, they have to move, they have to respond to any kind of stimuli, they have to reproduce, and they have to die. Only when they would be considered as living things.